Hello, everyone. Welcome to Save News TV, and thank you so much for inviting us into your homes tonight. We have a lot of things going on, and we are so excited to have you here. And tonight we have a lot of topics. Well, just three. I have to go to Bible study tonight, so I'm going to get through them pretty expediently. Well, one of the first things I want to do is do our house cleaning, housekeeping. I'm sorry, apologize. And that means I have to read our Copyright Disclaimer Act. And let's get it right now. The Copyright Act disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So we want to make sure that we do our cleaning and our due diligence to make sure that we are covered. Um, Even though I will not be showing any videos tonight, we still are using other people's materials. So we want to make sure that we cover our bases and ask you please to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and also follow us on our other social media platforms. These are our platforms here. Everything at Save News, just Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever. It is at Save News, except for TikTok. TikTok, which I really haven't gotten into much, it is at Save News One. And I'm like, why did this person take my name? But anyway, I have to live with it. And also, you can watch us on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Is just type in Save News TV and you'll be able to get our channel there. And we have a whole bunch of stuff, more than what you see on the social media platforms. We have a lot of things over there. And we encourage you to go over there and watch with all the things, ministries, older shows, newer shows, shows that we can't talk about stuff on this particular platform. We have comedies, we have talk shows, we have a whole bunch of things over there. So, again, I just invite you to go over there and check it out. Well, first up tonight, we're going to talk about the people that are mad with Joe Manchin. I'm telling you, the Democratic Party, is really upset with him. He is blocking. And hey, I'm not mad at him because there's a time when you have to stand up for something. We don't take sides. We don't care one way. But we do, even though I won't say we don't care, but we don't take political sides on either um, side of the spectrum. But it is obvious that we do encourage Black people and everybody to do their due diligence and vote according to what's in your best interest. And we'll be doing some more political stuff as the year goes on because it is what it is and it's news, and we'll be covering it. So, our due diligence, do your due diligence. And so, anyway, like I was stating, there's a lot of people that's upset with Joe Manchin because he is, not following the protocol, and everybody don't think alike. And one thing that I do respect Joe Manchin about is that he is not following quid pro quo. Just because one person say do this and they just follow like sheep, they don't even have an opinion. But anyway, this article, so the White House decides they're going to take a different approach to Joe Manchin now. um hopefully he'll come to their side and all of this. But anyway, this article is coming from Reuters, and let's see, on Jared Renshaw and Richard Cowan and Andrea Shalal wrote this article and contributed to it. So anyway, it states the White House officials are planning a more subtle approach to trying to win pivotal U.S. Senator Joe Manchin support for the key part of Joe Biden legislation agenda, hoping that keeping matters private and avoiding public spats can help salvage the ambiguous Build Back Better Climate and Social Spending Bill. Lord have mercy. I'm here to tell you, I'm not mad at Joe Manchin for not going along quid pro quo with the Build Back Better. It's going to raise our taxes. It's a lot of money. It's going to give more governmental control over the banks and also the Internal Revenue Service. It's going to supply them with more funds to audit lower income people. It's just not going to do well. And tomorrow morning, speaking of this, I'm going to take a little short break. We're going to talk about a little bit about crypto. I'm not a financial advisor, got to say that. But Biden wants to regulate crypto. And crypto is on a decentralized platform that's decentralized, and there is no um, central bank that handles this. But anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So if you want to hear about that, come on over tomorrow morning at 10 and we will be live then. But anyway, let me get back to this article. Biden last year won congressional passage of C-19 relief legislation and sweeping infrastructure bill improvement bill with fellow Democrat Manchin backing. But the West Virginia senator remains a significant roadblock towards getting some version of Biden's 1.7 trillion Build Back Better bill passed by the House of Representatives in November through the Senate. Okay, trillion. I mean, I keep hearing about spending, but I do not hear about them paying any bills. Where the bill paying come from? If we don't pay our bills, you know what's going to happen. You don't pay that light bill, blue. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Let me give you a sample. I'm gonna give you a sample of what happens if you don't pay your light bill. You don't pay your light bill, it's gonna be like this. Bloop, it's off. Okay? Bloop. All right. So I had to give you a visual of that. You don't pay your water bill, you have no water. You don't pay your rent, you have nowhere to stay. So the United States government now they on a spin trend like railroading all the way down. They need to pay some bills. But anyway, let's get back. Um, with talks between Manchin and the White House expected to resume this week, Biden and his advisors are planning to rely on their revamped approach, keeping the progress of the talks more confidential and making greater use of the White House legislative team and cabinet members, officials said. The public tussle between Biden and longtime former senator himself and Manchin in recent months over the bill resulted in its prospects of passing slipping even as Manchin's public approval rating in his home state rose and his fundraising haul grew. Okay, so Manchin is really doing the thing, and they are upset with him because he is not being a sheep and following behind them. So now they've enacted a new tactic where they're going to try to soothe them. Let's do everything behind the scenes. Let's not bring this out in public. Let's just um, bring this into the quiet zone and not bring it public. Okay? So Manchin is nobody's toy, and he is not an idiot. So I'm sure he knows what they're doing, and he has common sense, and he knows exactly what they're doing. So now we're going to move over to our next story because, like I said, I got Bible study tonight, y'all. Got Bible study. Speaking of church, mercy. Okay, I know you all saw the thumbnail. These two former AME Zion Church leaders were indicted for scamming congregations out of $14.0 million. $14 million they scammed their congregation out of. This is coming from yourblackworld.net, and Victor Omandi is the author. I just want to say, I am a firm believer in giving my tithes and offerings, seed, faith. I do, and that's what I do. I don't, you do what you do. But one thing about it, when I give and I say, that's between them and God. I'm not one of those people. There are a lot of people that want to police the money once they give it. And I don't try to police it because I give unto God and not unto man. If the Lord don't tell me to give any money, I'm not giving it. The word of God says he loves a cheerful giver. If I'm not cheerful and they having a fundraiser, or if they are a building fund, or we're raising money and I'm not cheerful about giving the money, guess what? I don't give. So, I do my dedication with my tithes and offering. But let's get into this article of these two people bilking the church, scamming the church out of $14 million. Let's hit it. Two former leaders of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church are facing federal charges in California after allegedly scamming congregations out of 14 million. Hold up. They have a S on this, not their congregation. It says congregations. All right. Wow. Okay, let's get into it. According to the Los Angeles Times, Staccato Powell, 62, and Sheila Quintana, 67, have been charged with wire fraud and one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and mail fraud. Woo, those are federal charges, baby. You won't see the light of day. Federal they don't give you no parole. Powell is also facing a single count of mail fraud. Authorities say Powell and Quintana allegedly managed congregations' properties from October 2016 to July 2021 and exploited them to get loans to benefit themselves in a scheme. Oh, Lord God do not like ugly, okay? Why you gonna, I'm not advocating for anybody to be thieves, but if one thing you don't want to do is go messing, thieving with God's people, I'm just telling you, man, because it's not like, the federal government in the natural is one thing, but when God get on you, baby, I don't care how many federal charges, I don't care how much time you spend in jail, but when God get on your neck for doing his people wrong, it's going to be a rough day in the neighborhood. But anyway, okay, let's get back. According to court filings, the arrangement came to an end in 2019 when congregations began receiving notices that their church debts were in default. Mm. The court records also noted that some church members lodged complaints with the AME Zion Church executives. On January 4th, 2019, church officials directed Powell to cease and return all property deeds to their congregations. Hold up. Why are you giving them? Well, I guess you had to give them the property deeds um, to get them loans. I guess that's what it is. It's not clear. Yeah, to get them loans. They needed to have the deeds, but how are they going to get the deeds back if they went through a finance company? This just sounds wild. I mean, it sounds like, anyway. By mid 2020, all of the hard money owed loans were in default, and WED Incorporated filed a Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The indictment said, okay, these were hard money loans. Why churches are doing hard money loans is beyond me. I mean, there are a lot of places that will extend loans, but hard money loans, that is definitely something that a church, because the interest rate is crazy, the terms are crazy, and they might at any time, especially if it's not a fixed loan, they can call that loan in at any time. I mean, who are these churches? Who are these churches? Somebody tell me. Prosecutors said WED listed 11 churches in California, Arizona, and Colorado as assets in the July 2020 declaration. The indictment alleges that Powell and Quintana conspired to defraud AME Zion Church congregations in Oakland, San Jose, Palo Alto, and Los Angeles by redeeding the local congregation's property in the name of WEDINC Incorporated. Oh, God. Woo! Wow. They said, we are grateful for the Federal Bureau of Investigation for bringing our case forward. We are grateful that somebody heard our cry and started moving on that. And we are grateful for those in the community who knew and support us. Reverend Kamala Smith, pastor of University AME Zion, remarked. Powell is Powell was detained in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Okay, girl, get out of our state. Get out of North Carolina. We don't want you here. Go ahead. Well, that's, probably all the prayers of the saints kept her from swindling somebody in North Carolina. On January 25th, while Quintana was arrested in Vallejo, California, on the same day as well, on February 2nd, 2022, they will appear in the Northern District of California via Zoom. They face a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. According to the indictment, on August 7th, 2021, AME Zion Church authorities voted to relinquish Powell of his financial and administrative responsibilities. He has been disrobed a month before, legally stripping him from his bishopric. Okay. I mean, a thief is a thief is a thief is a thief. I mean, what's the investigative part of this? What's the investigative part of this? Why are churches signing for hard money loans? That's my question. Why are you all going for hard money loans? Hard money loans are not something for churches or things like that, a business or whatever. And you're going to turn, I just don't understand this. I want to know who these churches are. I understand that AME Zion, I don't know whether, how they are hierarchy work or whatever, but this is insane that churches are signing hard money loans. So I'm going done with that. Now we're going to speak to my sisters. Okay, my sisters, we're speaking to you, and because we spoke to the brothers this morning earlier. But look, now the feminists out here are trying to use the sisterhood again. Excuse me. We know on many occasions, when it's time to go to march, when it's time to stand up, when it's time to do this, they call on us sisters. They want to pull us in and make it like it's our problem only. What y'all gonna do about it? No, my sisters, listen carefully. Do nothing. Do not do a march. Do not be blocking like you a linebacker. I need you to stand in your femininity. Okay, it's already well known now. Your body, your choice, or whatever. That's what they want to say. But it's well known that in the Black community, there are more abortion clinics than anywhere else. And they're placed there purposely to make it convenient for you to kill the seed. Do not be killing the seed. Use protection. Use protection, or don't get involved at all. Do what you need to do. But don't, lose one of our seeds because of this. Now, I know you asking, well, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Well, this is the thing. Um, because of the abortion ban, is there now they're putting out this narrative that it's going to affect us more because we get, black women get more abortions. But like I said, I need you sisters to stand in your femininity. What we probably need to do is do an old school teaching on standing in your femininity. I don't want to see any of you ladies out there marching. I don't want to see any, if they want to march, let them march. We can go back all the way to history from voting rights up always. When it came time for um some for them to have to get out there and put in the work, they want to call on you sisters, and they want to make it feel like it's your responsibility because this impacts you the most. And if we go out there, we're really helping you. No, they're already killing our seeds and making it convenient for our seeds to die. So please. But anyway, let's get into this article. This is coming from the Associated Press. Minority women most affected if abortion is banned or limited. Article is coming from, written by Emily Wagster Patus and Leah Willingham for the Associated Press. And of course, they have a picture of a sister with her natural hair standing in front of a podium, um, fighting for the abortion right. Stop it. Stop it. That is not who we are. We need to remember. I know some of you younger people, you might not know who you are. Your parents might not have passed down the stories and related these things to you. This is not who we are. This is not our battle. Let them fight their own fight. They want to go and fight that fight. Let them fight it. It's just like March. Okay, I'm not even going to go on that part, but let's get in here. This article, because when I saw this, I was like upset. I was like, my sisters, please stand in your femininity and sit back and let them march. Okay, with their kitty cat hats on. All right. This is coming out of Jackson, Mississippi. If you are Black or Hispanic in a conservative state that already limits access to abortion, you are far more likely than a white woman to have one. Okay, see, this is the trick. This is how they do it. Okay, like I said, they're trying to make it look like that your rights are being trampled upon because the abortion. Like I said, this is not who we are. This is not who we are until the abortion rights came. Again, learn your history, came about. Black women weren't running to kill the seed, to abort the baby. All right. That's not what they were doing. They were responsible. They were in homes. They were married. They had families. It was about family. But now it's, these feminists, when they get an agenda and they don't want to get out there and hit that pavement, they're going to put the spotlight on my sisters and make it look like this is our issue. This is not our fight. Let them fight it. If they want it, let them fight it. But okay, let's get back into this. And if the United States Supreme Court allows states to further restrict or even ban abortions, minority women will bear the brunt of it, according to statistical analysis by the Associated Press. Stop. Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, if you take the abortion clinics out of the neighborhoods, if you would have never instilled them in there by the racists that fought for the Roe versus Wade, then we wouldn't even be here today. But again, my sisters, I say, let them fight their fight. This is not our brunt to bear, okay, as they put it. And as you notice, this statistics was done by the Associated Press. Okay, so they already had in mind what they were going to write, and numbers can be skewed. So when they called or reached out to people, they, of course, made it skew in their favor so they can put this out here in the world, into the mainstream media. So you can go out there and act like you're going to be their savior. We are not their savior. Do not go out there. But anyway, the numbers are unambiguous. In Mississippi, people of color comprise of 44% of the population, but 80% of women receiving abortions. See? According to Kaiser Family Foundation, which tracks health statistics. See, like I said, ladies, if you're going to indulge in um, extramarital affairs of the physical nature, use some protection. Do not look as for abortion to be a birth control, because it is not. Do not kill the seed. Take your birth control pills, or get the things that you need to get, and make sure your man is wearing a condom. Double wrap it. I'm just saying. Don't be out here being, flying like the wind. This is a human life that you're dealing with. Okay? So, anyway, in Texas, there's 59% of the population and 74% of those receiving abortions. The number in Alabama are 35% and 70%. In Louisiana, minorities represent 42% of the population, according to the health department, and about 70% of those receiving abortions. Why? See, this is conditioning. We're gonna shake 2022. This is Black History Month. I got on my African Queen earrings, my little African thing going on. We are the mothers of this world. So don't be aborting anything. Take precautions in advance so you don't even get to that part. That money that you spend for that, you could be doing something else with. Go buy some stock, go buy some bond, go buy some crypto, invest in yourself. Put Get your birth control and make him wrap it up. Okay? Or even better, just be abstinent. But I know in 2022, I'm talking to like a wall here. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. Okay. It says abortion restrictions are racist. Oh my Lord. Abortion restrictions are racist. Do you not see, my sisters, how they trying to play us? Okay? Do you not see, my sisters, how they're trying to play we Black women, and, as it's stated here, Hispanic women, to be the whipping horse for them? So after you go to the front, it's like a battle. They have the soldiers on the front line that's going to die. They're going to die because they're receiving the shots, the bullets. They're on the front line. So what they're doing now is they're strategically placing our sisters at the front of this front line, to be shot down. And when they get what they want, okay, they're going to elevate all y'all dead, lying down, casualties of war. And then they're going to elevate, and then there will be one person or two or three that will be crowned the heroine of this movement. But you, my sisters, are the one that died on the front line. Stop it. Stop dying on the front line for these causes. This is not a fight. This is not a fight. I'm telling you what to do. Go get you some birth control pills. Get you your shot, or the other things that you can do, and make sure your man wrap it tight twice. Okay? Do not be out here just free willing. Okay? This is not our fight. Let them fight this fight. Stand in your femininity and don't be a soldier for this war. But okay. Abortion restrictions are racist, said Kathy Torres, a 25-year-old organizing manager with Frontera Fund, a Texas organization that helps women pay for abortions. In other words, it's going to mess with my coins because I'm positive that this is probably a nonprofit organization that help women pay for their abortion. And then they go to these, doing their fundraisers and different things to get money into their organization to help you kill our seed. And so they're killing you coming and going. They're killing black folk coming and going. Okay? They're killing you, they're killing the seeds by abortion. Then they're killing the women by putting them on the front line to fight this battle that's not ours. Again, stand in your femininity, women. Stand in your femininity. And I know that this live probably won't be popular. People won't share it, people won't subscribe or whatever. But this is something that needs to be said to the black community. And we're going to be dealing with a lot of issues. Every issue deal with black, but we're going to be speaking, especially this month, in a lot of lives directly to black people because we need to wake up to this foolishness here. This is foolishness. Tell me abortions restrictions are racist. Girl, bye. Okay. So anyway, she goes on to say they directly impact people of color, black, brown, indigenous, people who are trying to make ends meet. Okay. My sisters, you can get birth control for free. Okay, I know you can get it for free. I know if you trying to make ends meet, you shouldn't be out here worried about um um doing things without protection. Even if even either way, you shouldn't be. That's why I said the money that's being spent on this is could be you could buy you some stock, buy you some bonds, save you some money, invest in some crypto, invest in an NFT. There's a lot of things you could be doing with your money other than getting an abortion. Okay, only thing you got to do is take the birth control pill or put your thing in for 5 years and don't even worry about having no children and make sure you make your man wrap it up tight so you don't have any STDs. But again, see how they play. They don't care about, they don't the people that they're talking about that it directly impacts. They don't care about the black people, brown people, indigenous people that's trying to make ends meet. She's worried about her coins and her nonprofit organization to make sure she gets some money and their goal is to annihilate and kill us. All right, because like I said, they're killing you coming and going. And let's move it on. Why the great disparities? I can tell you why the great disparities. Because number one, when they Planned Parenthood in every black neighborhood, there are probably more Planned Parenthoods in black neighborhoods than there are churches. And there's a whole bunch of churches in black neighborhoods. There are more black Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics in black neighborhoods than there are in any other neighborhood. They are not having it in their neighborhoods, okay? That's why the disparity, okay? Lori Barton Roberts, executive director of the Alabama Yellowhammer Fund, okay, which provides financial support for women seeking abortion. Okay, why you notice that they give you money to kill our seed, to annihilate us. They're not giving you any money to help you rise up education. But back they everybody need to get on the reparation train, black folk. But we're going to do something on that later. But they're not helping you pay your bills. They're not helping you get a better education so you can get a better job. They're not helping you by opening up opportunities. They're not helping you by putting even grocery stores in black neighborhoods where they can be a quality level of food. But what they're gonna help you with is for you killing our seed. Okay, they're going to they can fund that, but they can't fund your child having a balanced meal 3 times a day, even though it's not their responsibility. But I'm just saying, since they're busy funding stuff, these are the things that need to be funded. Okay, but anyway, um it said women of color in states with restrictive abortion laws often have limited access to health care and lack of choices for effective birth control. Stop. You know what? This right there is racist. How do you lack choices of effective birth control? You can go to the clinic and get birth control. This is like saying whenever they want to do their Voting Rights Act thing, they want to say that black people, it's racist to have an ID. When black people, everybody can get an ID. You need an ID to cash a check. You need an ID to get a job. You need an ID. I mean, stop it. Again, I am so sick of these people trying to use us. And that's why I need my sisters to wake up. Because you, like I said, you can go to the clinic and get birth control. Okay. Schools often have ineffective or inadequate sex education. Why is that? Okay, let me tell you why that is. It's because the elected officials in your locally determine that they're going to spend the money from taxes and revenue and bonds in their neighborhood to build wonderful schools, while your schools are tore down, jacked up, don't have textbooks, don't have laptops, don't have adequate equipment, teachers aren't paid, compensated. This is why. So don't try to justify us black women stepping out of our femininity to stand on the front line to fight your battle for the abortion rights. Stop. Okay? If abortions are outlawed, those same women, often poor, will likely have the hardest time traveling to distant parts of the country to terminate pregnancies or raising children they might struggle to afford, said Roberts, who is black and once volunteered at a Mississippi only abortion clinic. Okay, so why do they need to say that she's black? Because they know we talking about stuff like this. We educating folks. But like I said, she do 25 years. We need to know our history. We need to know where we came from. We need to understand who we are as a people. Okay? I don't care if she black. Just because she look like us don't mean she's one of us. All right? We're talking about folks who already are marginalized, Robert said. Okay. See, now check this next part out. See, they, like I said, these are the people that they're putting out front on the front line to get shot up. Okay, so we know Roberts. They put her on the front line of the war battle. Now, Amanda Fogel, who is black, okay, this is another one. They put her to the front line. See, you all need to wake up. Even if you believe in this fight, what you need to do is step back and let them fight this. This is not your fight because this is not who we are. They're the one who introduces into our culture, not the other way around. Okay? Was one of those women. She was single, unemployed, college student, already raising a baby in 2014 when she found out she was pregnant with another. She said she didn't know how she could afford another child. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you how you afford another child. Number one, you take some birth control so you don't get pregnant. You have your man wrap it up double tight so you don't get pregnant. That's how you avoid these types of situations. You need to take accountability, Black people, too. Black women, my sisters. And you can get lazy. Well, it's his responsibility to child support. No, it's your body. It's your responsibility to make sure that nobody, that he does not implant a seed in you that you don't want. So you need to take your um, birth controls. I remember when I was young, my parents told me, if you bring a baby in this house, you're going to take care of it and you're going to get out. And I love to travel. I love to have fun. My parents let me, I traveled all around. Um, and I wasn't trying to have no baby. That no baby. No. Oh no, 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 no. What did I do? I did what I encourage all of you all to do. Go get you some birth control and have your man wrap it, type it up. And I've never had an abortion. And plus, one thing also that these people are not doing while they're busy paying for it, they're not talking about the psychological effect it has on women that have had abortions. And I hear this a lot, and I'm sure you all have heard it. There's a psychological um, issue that happens when a woman have an abortion. But they pay for the abortion, but they don't pay for the aftercare of your mental state. And we're going to talk about some mental states within, mental health also this month. But anyway, within the Black community, it goes on to say she had 2 abortions in Chicago. Okay, girl, you just irresponsible. That's what that is. you know, you one time, okay, maybe the condom burst or something, but that's why you use 2. Or maybe your birth control, was during that time, where you have if you were taking the pill, you have those 5 days and da 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 da. But nowadays they have stuff that, you don't have to take anything for 5 years. But anyway, okay, so if you slip up on one time, which I'm not condoning that, okay, maybe. But you just had tell me you just had 2 in Chicago. You're irresponsible. You're reckless. That's what your problem is. You're reckless. And that's why the percentages are so high. It's because we got a lot of reckless females out here that wasn't taught by their parents, their mother, how to be a woman, how to take care of herself, how to have consequences and do this. You're reckless. Okay. Not unless it was either a situation of rape or incest. Other than that, if you've had 2 abortions like that, you're reckless. You don't care about yourself. You don't, because you did not properly protect yourself from something that you did not want. Okay. Getting access to the abortion provider there was no problem, she said. But now she was in Mississippi. So now we're going to work on 3. Okay, 3, not 2, 3. Having moved home to escape an abusive relationship. Misled by advertising, she first went to the Crisis Pregnancy Center, which tried to talk her out of an abortion. Okay. By the time she found the abortion clinic, she was too far along to have the procedure. Okay, so you blaming other people. Okay. All right. Again, reckless. Just take birth control pills. Take your birth control. Make them wrap it up. It ain't no such thing as feeling good. It feels good not unless you're trying to have a baby. Okay, you know how babies. I mean, you're not stupid. You know how babies get here. Why can't you safely, easily access abortions here? She asked. Who happily raised, who is happily raising her now 7-year-old son, but continues to advocate for women choosing to have the right to choose. Okay, you didn't even want your son, but I'm glad you happily raising him. Okay. Uh, I'm just Torres said historically, anti abortion laws have been crafted in ways that hurt low income women. She pointed to the Hyde Amendment of 1980 law that prevents the use of federal funds to pay for abortions except rare cases. She also cited the 2021 Texas law that bans abortion after around 6 weeks of pregnancy, where she lives near the U.S. Mexico border in Rio Grande Valley. Women are forced to travel to obtain abortions and must pass in state border patrol checkpoints where they have to disclose their citizenship status. So, in other words, Miss Torres is telling us that she's illegal. Okay, so or who she's assisted is illegal here. Okay, regardless of what I just don't. Okay. Regardless of what legislators say, Torres insisted the intent is to target women of color to control their bodies. No, you control your body. Okay? If you controlled your body, you would not you don't even have to worry about this. If you controlled your body, you would not have to worry about this. You would not have to worry about any laws or whatever if you controlled your body. Controlling your body means woman to woman. Controlling your body means you take birth control. You have some form of birth control. You make sure that the man wrap it, tap it twice. And if he does not want to do that, he does not enter the gates. Okay? You control your body. Now, because you didn't control your body, you want to get mad at someone else saying that they're trying to control your body. Well, it's your responsibility. It's your body. Yeah, it's your body, your choice. Your choice should be taking care of this on the front end, not the back end, but the front end of not being reckless. How about that? Okay, again, like I said, I know this isn't going to be a famous, popular live with some people, but I don't care because it needs to be said because you're reckless. All right. Um, where was I at? Okay. They know who these restrictions are going to affect. They know it, but they don't care. No, hold up. You don't care. You don't care about your body because if you cared about your body, once again, you would take precautions to make sure that you know that you are active physically with a male, that you need to protect yourself with proper birth control and making sure that he wraps his uses a condom. You don't care. I mean, why is it somebody else's fault? And this, like you said, your body, your choice. Okay, you chose not to take care of your body. All right. Okay, and I want to be clear. I'm not talking about the situations of incest or rape. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these regular old ladies out here that's saying stuff like this. Okay, that's not in these situations where they have been raped or brutalized or been in incestuous relate you know been a victim of incest. No, I'm not talking about them. Though these are not these people. These are not those people. The people that's in that category, I understand that would be your choice, whether whatever you feel comfortable with. But we're talking about these lazy women that do not know how to take care of themselves and want to blame other people when it comes to the point of legislation. If you legislate your own body, you do not have to worry about this. Okay? But anyway, but Andy Gibson, a former member of the Mississippi legislature, who is now the state's agriculture and commerce commissioner, said race had nothing to do with the passage of Mississippi's law against abortion after the 15th week. That law is now before the Supreme Court in a direct challenge to Roe versus Wade, the court's 1973 ruling that legalized abortion nationwide. Gibson, a Baptist minister who is white, said he believes all people are created in the image of God and have an innate value that starts at conception. No, yep, it starts at conception, but it also starts at responsibility before you get to the point of conception. And I agree with you, Pastor, Bishop, or whoever you are, minister. But it begins before that because it's important for you to take care of your body, your responsibility, before you even get to the point where you're going to be intimate with your man. Okay? Mississippi legislators were trying to protect women and their babies by putting limits on abortion, he said. I absolutely disagree with the concept that it's racist or about anything other than saving babies' lives, said Gibson, a Republican that's about saving lives of unborn and the lives of health of mothers, regardless of the color. To those women who say that forcing women to have babies will subject them to hardships, Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Finch, a white Republican, said that it is easier for working mothers to balance professional success and family life than it was 49 years ago when Roe versus Wade was decided. Finch, who is divorced, you see, this is what I'm saying. Often points to her own experience of working outside the home, raising three children, but Finch grew up in an affluent family and has worked in the legal profession. Both factors that can give working women the means and flexibility to help raise children. That's not the case with for many minority women in Mississippi or elsewhere. You know what? Like I said, this I just got to stop because I am done with this. Because this is the thing. At the end of the day, like I said, black sisters do not fall for the okie doke. Do not be the warrior standing on the front line. Okay, number one. Number two, take care of your bodies. Respect your bodies. If you are engaging in relationships and you don't want any children, go get some birth control. Go to the clinics. The clinics are free. Get you some form of birth control. They give out condoms for free. They were giving them out at schools. My God. There is no in 2022, there is no excuse. And again, like I said, I'm not talking about the women that was raped or victims of incest. I'm not talking about them. Just don't get pregnant in the first place. Do not use abortion as a means of birth control. It is not. But anyway, ladies, I'm telling you, sisters, we need for us to really wake up to the fact of, like I said, don't be no road warrior. Do not be standing at the front line fighting battles that's not ours. Take care of yourself. You know, respect yourself enough to uh, not put yourself in that position. You know, there's just so many options out here today. This is 2022. There's absolutely no reason for this. And like I said, and make sure that your partner, your man, um, use protection also. You know, nobody's trying. You already said nobody's trying to get 18 years of child support. If the poor and the desolate, those are the same women that be out there marching. But baby, like I said, ladies, learn to stand in your femininity. Do not be standing on the front line battlefield fighting for nobody. You know, just don't. But anyway, I'm going to go. God bless you. Come in tomorrow morning. We'll be talking about the crypto aspect. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed night. Thank you so much for inviting me into your homes. You be blessed. God bless.